I mentioned about my dad working down the pit. He worked all through his working life, first shift down the pit, which was 3 o'clock in the morning he would start. And so he'd be up at 2 o'clock every morning to be at the pit head for 3 o'clock to get the cage down. And so on all the first shift miners would do the same. The tradition also was that the miners' wives had to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning as well to make the packed lunch, the sandwiches and the flask of tea for the men to take to work, because obviously the men were incapable of doing it themselves. So the poor women had to get up in the middle of the night. I remember my mum doing this, banging around the kitchen, playing hell with everybody at 2 o'clock in the morning. And different parts of England, different parts of the country, UK, they have a different local name for the packed lunch, the sandwiches and whatever. In Scotland, they call it their piece. They take their piece to work in their piece poke. In Lancashire, they call it their snap. In the West Midlands, they call it their scran. Where I come from, it's known as their bait. Nothing to do with fishing. So the women will be up in the middle of the night putting the bait up for the men to take to work. So obviously it doesn't happen anymore because there's no coal mines or anything. But there's still an expression you'll hear people use. You'll hear people say, "You'll never guess who's putting his bait up." This song's called "I Wish I Had Someone to Put My Bait Up Now." And it's a conversation between an old man and a young man. I was the young man when I wrote the song, but it was a while back. And the chorus says, "Rest, young man, in the shadow of the clock we stand, and I feel it creeping dark across my brow. I wish I had someone to put me bait up now." Village clock chimed home in bed. An old man spat and swore. "I've been out to paint the town," he said, "but the town isn't there anymore. Can I walk beside you, though you're keen to be on your way? You must have someone that waits for you at the end of this long day. Rest, young man, in the shadow of the clock we stand, and I feel it creeping dark across my brow. I wish I had someone to put me bait up now." My house, he said, will be empty. The grate will be long since cold. I might be my own master, but I'm a slave to getting old. It's a long time since I woke up to nought but a lonely night. A long time since my bed was waiting, wrapped up neat and tight. Rest, young man, in the shadow of the clock we stand, and I feel it creeping dark across my brow. I wish I had someone to put me bait up now. Share of young girls home across this wintry dark, and had to leave them sleeping so as not to be late for work. I sometimes dream they're lying there still, so soft and warm and young, but I guess they're old and grey like me, or even dead and gone. Rest, young man, in the shadow of the clock we stand, and I feel it creeping dark across my brow. times mad, he said. Times that make you happy just turn round and make you sad. And I really shouldn't drink this much. At my age it's just not right. But I'm as tired as stupid deputies, and I haven't eaten a bite. Rest, young man, in the shadow of the clock we stand, and I feel it creeping dark across my